Today we're diving into the red-hot mess that is Angron, Primarch of the World Eaters. This is the complete breakdown of why the Red Angel was absolutely the retarded Primarch in the galaxy. Get ready for peak retarded behavior. Meet Angron, Primarch of the World Eaters, genetically engineered super warrior, Gladiator King of Nucia, and the grimdark equivalent of a toddler having a nuclear meltdown in a toy store armed with chain swords. This man had everything going for him. Primarch physiology, incredible combat skills, natural leadership abilities, and what does he do? Gets brain surgery from slave masters and turns into a walking anger management case study. The Emperor shows up to rescue him from Nucia, offers him command of a Space Marine Legion, and Angron's response, but more Gladiator friends. Bro, you could have come back with an entire legion and freed everyone, but no, our boy wanted to die in a pointless last stand instead. Peak retarded. Let's talk about the Butcher's Nails. These things were supposed to be pain suppressors for gladiators, but they turned Angron into a walking rage virus. The Tech Marines took one look at them and said, yeah, we can't remove these without killing you. You know what a smart Primarch would do? Find a way to work around it. But not our boy Angron. He decides the best response to having anger management issues is to spread them to his entire legion. That's right. He convinced his sons to get the same brain implants that were slowly killing him. That's not leadership. That's running a very violent cult. Imagine being a World Eater's apothecary. Hey, should we maybe find a way to help our Primarch with his obvious neurological damage? Nah, let's give everyone the same brain damage. What could go wrong? Absolutely retarded. The nails were literally killing him slowly, and instead of seeking help from the Emperor, who's basically a god of technology, he just accepts it. Like, bro, you're a Primarch. You've got access to the best medical technology in the galaxy, but nah, Angron prefers to suffer. Let's go back to the beginning. Angron lands on Nucia as a baby Primarch and gets captured by slavers. Now, most Primarchs would bide their time, learn the system, and then overthrow it strategically. Not Angron. He just gets really angry and starts punching things. He becomes a gladiator, which is fine. Primarchs are great at combat, but then he starts a slave rebellion without any actual plan. No exit strategy, no supply lines, no political alliances, just let's fight until we all die. That's not revolution, that's organized suicide. And when the Emperor shows up to save him, Angron throws a tantrum. You should have saved my gladiator friends. Well, maybe if you'd waited and worked with your dad, you could have saved everyone, but no. Our angry boy wanted his dramatic last stand moment. Absolutely retarded behavior. The Emperor literally offers him the chance to conquer the entire galaxy, and Angron's like, but I want to die with my friends in this dirt pit. That's not loyalty, that's terminal stubbornness. So Angron becomes Primarch of the 12th Legion, and what's his first brilliant idea? Completely change their entire culture. The Warhounds were disciplined, tactical warriors. Angron turns them into the World Eaters, basically berserkers with power armor. He literally took one of the most effective Space Marine legions and said, you know what this needs? Less thinking, more screaming. That's like taking a Formula 1 racing team and converting them into demolition derby drivers. And the Butcher's Nails! He didn't just suggest them, he peer pressured his sons into getting them. Come on guys, all the cool Primarchs are lobotomizing their legions. No, they weren't, Angron. That was just you. Absolutely retarded. The World Eaters went from tactical excellence to charge and hope for the best because their Primarch couldn't handle his emotions like a grown-up. They became so uncontrollable that other legions refused to work with them. Great job, Angron. Really building those inter-legion relationships. Let's talk about Angron's approach to the Great Crusade. While other Primarchs were bringing worlds into compliance through diplomacy, strategy, or at least efficient warfare, what was Angron doing, turning every planet into a meat grinder? Armatura is the perfect example. The plan was simple. Suppress the rebellion, bring the world into compliance. What does retarded Angron do? Starts throwing chainswords like confetti, because obviously the best way to secure a civil uprising is by murdering everyone in sight. Brilliant strategy, truly retarded. The Emperor had to send other legends to clean up after Angron's compliance campaigns, because he kept turning useful worlds into dead rocks. That's not effective military leadership. That's being a galactic cleanup crew's worst nightmare. Peak retarded. When faced with an orc war, most commanders adapt, plan, use tactics, not Angron. He screams, charge, and barrels into the green tide like a red meteorite. then wonders why he's surrounded by orc teeth. Maybe try some basic strategy? Nah, that's too complicated for retarded Angron. He once mistook a meeting of allied forces for a warm-up brawl, killed 3 Imperial army captains, and declared it a training exercise. You can't make this up. This is weapons-grade retarded behavior. Those were your allies, Angron. And logistics? Supply lines, tactical planning. Pfft. Angron treats ammo crates like fashion accessories. Iron Halo? More like iron paperweight? Just leave me alone to bleed through my gauntlets. Result? His warbands often run out of basic supplies mid-conquest because their Primarch thinks planning is for weaklings. Retarded. Imagine being a World Eaters captain trying to coordinate multi-legion maneuvers while your Primarch is flinging himself into enemy ranks yelling, "Blood for the Blood God!" on repeat. Yeah, tactical cohesion takes a backseat to therapeutic violence. Absolutely retarded. When the Horus Heresy breaks out, you'd think Angron would be perfect for chaos, right? All that rage, all that anger. Natural corn worshipper. But even chaos corruption couldn't make him a competent military leader. He's still just a very angry battering ram. While Horus is trying to coordinate a galactic civil war, Angron is off doing his own thing, which mostly involves finding the biggest enemy formation and charging into it alone. That's not strategy, that's therapeutic violence with extra steps. Retarded. The other traitor Primarchs are like, maybe we should work together, and Angron's response is basically, anger, 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 kill things. Great team player there, really contributing to the war effort. Peak retarded teamwork. Even Khorne, the literal god of anger, had to intervene because Angron was being too retarded with his rage. The blood god himself was like, okay, you need to calm down and focus. When the god of unlimited violence thinks you need to chill out, that's maximum retarded achieved. And then, Angron becomes a demon prince. You'd think this would make him more effective, right? Wrong. He becomes an even sillier version of himself. Now he's got unlimited demon power, and he still just runs around hitting things with axes. He's got cosmic chaos powers. He can manipulate reality. He commands legions of demons. And what does he do? The same thing he's always done. Charge forward and hit things. That's like giving someone a sports car and watching them use it as a very expensive battering ram. Cosmically retarded. Other demon princes are plotting elaborate schemes, manipulating galactic politics, corrupting entire sectors. Angron? He shows up, kills everything in sight, and then leaves. That's not conquest. That's the galaxy's most violent temper tantrum. Retarded. Let's talk about Angron's empire in the Eye of Terror, the Dominion of Fire. Most demon princes build actual domains with infrastructure, politics, long-term planning. Angron's domain is basically just a bunch of constantly fighting demon engines and world eaters. There's no government, no trade, no development, just eternal combat. That's not an empire, that's a very large, very angry sports arena. How do you run a civilization when your only policy is fight until you die? You don't. Peak retarded administration. Even his own demon servants can't keep up with him. Imagine being a bloodletter trying to brief your demon prince on important chaos politics. My lord, the other chaos factions are large. Sir, this is important strategic. Kill, maim, burn. That's not leadership. That's being a very loud, very violent office distraction. Retarded. Fast forward to the 41st millennium, and guess what? Angron is still being retarded. He shows up during the 13th Black Crusade, and what's his contribution? Running around the galaxy, having the same anger-fueled meltdowns he's been having for 10,000 years. While Abaddon is trying to coordinate the largest chaos offensive in history, Angron is off having personal vendettas against Space Marine chapters. That's not strategic thinking, that's holding grudges for literal millennia. Get some therapy, bro. Retarded. He once challenged Abaddon, the Despoiler, to a cage match, because apparently leading the largest Chaos Black Crusade isn't enough excitement. Instead of marching on Terra, he's duking it out in a Chaos Gladiator pit. That's not priorities, that's terminal retarded behavior. There was a battle where his forces were winning. They had it. Victory was assured. But Angron decided it was too easy and charged the retreating Imperial forces solo just to feel something. He nearly got captured by the very enemies he was defeating. Retarded doesn't even begin to cover that level of self-sabotage. What's Angron's legacy? The World Eaters are scattered across the galaxy, fighting random battles with no coordination. There's no grand strategy, no long-term goals, just individual war bands doing whatever makes them angriest. Compare that to other traitor legions. The Iron Warriors actually build things. The Word Bearers spread chaos corruption strategically. Even the Emperor's children have artistic goals. The World Eaters, they just hit things until they break. That's their entire contribution to the galaxy. Retarded. Angron could have been one of the greatest military commanders in history. Primarch physiology, incredible combat skills, natural charisma, and he threw it all away because he couldn't handle his emotions like a grown-up. The entire World Eaters Legion became a cautionary tale about what happens when you let anger make all your decisions. Peak retarded. Smash that like button if you think Angron needs some serious therapy. Subscribe for more Warhammer 40k Primarch roasts, and drop a comment below. What's your favorite example of Angron being retarded? Should we do Mortarion next? Let me know. Remember, 40,000 fans. Blood for the Blood God.